the SA Fireside Chat, sponsored by Student Association, in tandem with ATV. Today, we have a few announcements for you, and two special guests. First off, we would like to thank everyone who came out and participated this past Wednesday in our candlelight vigil for the victims of the many detestable acts that have taken place around the world. We are mourning all the lives lost in these multiple different heinous acts around the world. Hillel is holding their Schmooze Day event from 11 p.m. to 2 p.m. this Tuesday, November 24th, in their office. The week following Thanksgiving, Hillel will be tabling all week in the LCs from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., leading up to their Shabbat 360 event Friday, December 4th at 7 p.m. to 8:30 in the CC Ball. Also, the Earth Tones will be performing their show in the lecture centers Friday, December 4th at 7 p.m. Campus Ambassadors is having a free breakfast bar every Tuesday in the LCs from 8 a.m. until noon. Stop by if you need some energy or are hungry but you don't have any time to get food. They will also have weekly meetings every Tuesday evening at 7:30 in CC 375. Save the date for December 9th and for an event held by the Program Department of Student Association. More details to be disclosed. Save the date December 7th for ATV's Toys for Tots Winter Wonderland event. It will take place in the Campus Center Ballroom from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Joining us now on Fireside Chat is the SA Chief of Staff, Bianca Rajprasad. Thank you for joining us today, Bianca.
No problem.
So, Bianca, what inspired you to join the Student Association?
Well, it all started my sophomore year. I met a group of individuals who were involved in the Student Association, like Mark Coleman, and they basically broke down what the Student Association was about, and I always wanted to get involved in student government, so that's why I pursued the position within the Student Association. Here I am as Chief of Staff.
Now, you just mentioned being Chief of Staff. What exactly do you do as the Chief of Staff to the SA President?
As Chief of Staff, I serve as an advisor to the President, as well as I oversee a Student Association internship program, as well as oversee certain departments like Program Department and Marketing Department. So I'm basically a supervisor and an advisor to the President. I'm like all of the above, Superwoman.
I can tell. Now, being Superwoman and overseeing a lot of different departments, you can pretty much give us a good understanding of what SA can do for the students. So what can SA do for the students?
So the Student Association is there to serve the student body. So we're here as an ally. No matter what the cause or the occasion, the Student Association is here for the students. We want to be the voice of the students to administrators. We want to be the voice of the students to the student body. So we want students to utilize and work with the Student Association to make this campus a better place, because I know there's like various topics that students are concerned about, but we want to be the voice of the students so the community utilize us that way.
Wonderful. Now, I don't believe all the people at home know you as well as I do, Bianca. So if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm from Staten Island. I'm Dominican Guyanese. I come from a family of 5. Currently, I'm here majoring in sociology with a minor in criminal justice and homeland security. I've always been interested in politics. It's not really that much to know about me. I'm a very conservative person to myself. But yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us on the show today, Bianca.
No problem. Thank you.
Of course. Joining us next will be Vice President for Student Affairs, Michael Christakis. So joining me today on the Fireside Chat is Vice President for Student Affairs, Michael Christakis.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me on the show today, Michael.
It's a pleasure.
It is indeed. So, I have a few questions for you if you don't mind answering them.
Go ahead.
So the first question is that there's this new initiative known as the President's Council being founded this year. What inspired you to partner with the SA President Jamont and make this council?
So, the President's Council was an idea that I will say, and Jerry's probably has his own version of the story, an idea that he had, and it's an idea that I had. So when we were having one of our first conversations after he'd been elected, it mutually arose as an idea that we needed to engage more student workers beyond just those that are represented by the Student Association. From Jerry's perspective, I think it makes good sense in that we engage more student leaders. From my perspective, I make an effort to try to plug into SA as best as I can. But it does limit me, right? So it only limits me to the SA recognized work. So I share Jerry's belief in trying to communicate with additional students. And we thought, sort of coming together, that we could co-host, co-facilitate the establishment of, as you indicated, the inaugural President's Council that would be presidents from all of the student groups and organizations on So essay recognized, non-essay recognized, fraternities, sororities, departmental-based ones that are in academic units. I think it ranges close to 250 organizations in total, but it's a very representative group. And we're looking to be able to lean on that group for insights as it relates to their Albany experience, the kind of work they're doing in their organizations. As you know, I've always said that the vibrancy of the campus has everything to do with our student groups.
Right.
And it's as much the SA recognized groups as the ones who may not have represented by SA.
Nice. Now you touched on it a little bit, but what are some of the goals you hope to accomplish through the President's Council?
I think one of the big goals is, at least for me, is the institutional tie. That they feel, the presidents of the organizations feel that they are empowered to speak to me, to speak to faculty and staff about their experiences and their initiatives, and where the university can help further their agendas. I think that for me is job one. I think the other associated goals I think Jarius will speak to is the ability to network among student leaders. And that's something that I've always had a pretty keen interest in. That is, our student leaders, I think, constitute the best and the brightest that we have at the University of Albany. It's important to me that they know each other as much for their existence here today in Albany as it is when they're alums in the future. So I think the institutional tie-in that the university can support a student club in what they do, as well as the opportunity to network among student leaders, and really, with folks from the administration, the faculty, the staff, makes for a better community here at the university.
Nice. Now, I've had the opportunity, you've done a very good job of connecting with the students on campus already.
Well, I thank you, Stephen.
And I thank you for doing it. Now, for those of you in the audience who haven't had the chance to connect with you, what's a little bit something you'd like to share with the audience, a little bit about yourself?
So I grew up in Rochester, so I'm not a native Albanian. I didn't grow up in Albany, but I've been here for 16 years. I think that the students here are what kind of keep me coming back for more, which is why I like so much.
Right.
Being a Western New Yorker, and I know you spoke with Kevin Murphy last week, so he was a huge Bills fan. So I know. So as it stands right now, on this particular date, we're stoked for a possible playoff berth, which I probably just jinxed it. I'm not going to say anything. I've got three kids, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, who's going to be busy outside of here. But yeah, all about you all, and all about our students. I was saying to somebody this morning that the vibrancy of the campus, like I said, I think has a lot to do with students, and I think that interaction that I have brings me to work every day.
Nice. Now you've talked about the vibrancy of the campus, but if you had to pinpoint one singular thing, what is your favorite thing about you all?
Spending time with you.
With me? Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. You heard it here first, folks. I, Sabandario, am Vice President of Stockton. Number one favorite thing about the University of Albany. Well, thank you.
I think my second favorite thing
there you go.
would probably be when it's nice out. So like today, you probably can't get a good sense on this. It is a beautiful fall day out, and there is a vibrancy on the podium, which I thoroughly enjoy. Seeing students hanging out, podiating, whatever you want to call it, when it's nice out. The winter can be a little bit harsh, I will concede, but as soon as it warms up and folks are on the podium, and the fountain starts flowing, and folks are sort of congregating, that's when it's exciting.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming out today and stopping by the Fireside Chat.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks.
And you, Albany, stay great, Great Danes.
Or pretend they've seen it and then you find out.
Capitalize. Would you like that?
Yo,
Would you
hide
like
that.